host, Jessica Hensley here with the weekly show, and I am live with Miss Shannon Milligan. And Shannon, please introduce yourself. Where are you from?
Hey guys, I am a realtor here in Richmond, Virginia, and we love it. We love RVA, and thank you for having me.
I just put it together today. RVA. I was always like, "What is that?" And I kept thinking, like a video. What wasn't there another RVA something like a video DVD or?
There may have been. RVA is widely used. It's a big thing that stands for Richmond, Virginia. So it's probably there've been some videos out there.
Okay. Well, yeah, I just put it together that it's for your location and not necessarily that you do video. But I have seriously been stalking Miss Shannon for the past year. I originally saw her or listened to her on a podcast with Neil Mathwick, Onion Juice. If you don't listen to that podcast, you should. He's amazing and has all kinds of awesome ideas. And so she was on his show and was sharing about her unique perspective on videos and marketing. And so I started watching her page, and you guys, you will not believe the videos that she cranks out. She's so creative. So how did you get started in that?
Creating video? It was simply out of, I needed more people to know that I'm dang good at my job. And the best way to get people to realize that was through video, because if people want to work what they know, like, and trust, and video creates that trust. And so it was simply, I met this videographer and he had been on me and on me and on me. And then, listening to Gary Vee talking about you have to be a social media company that just happens to sell real estate. So I don't take that completely to heart, because at the end of the day, you still have to sell dang real estate, right? But I realized I needed to put myself out there a little more, and video has been a blessing.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all about a funnel. I've been drawing this for my coaching clients this last week about, at the top of the funnel is your leads. Well, how do you get them into the funnel? And a great way to do it is by using video. Like you said, it's exposure for you. So you said a videographer approached you. So tell us more about that. How do you hire someone to do all of these?
Yeah. So, obviously Facebook Live and that sort of thing is not, that's just organic and me doing it. But when I met with this videographer, he was trying to sell me on 360 tours. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, those suck. Like, I get that everybody thinks it's cool, but nobody shares, that sort of thing. So he and I started to talk, and we were like, okay, let's try some real walkthrough videos. And we came up with, some good pricing for us. And now he does all of my videos. He does all my listing videos, which are different than regular listing videos. And then he does all my branding videos. And it's just been a very nice collaborative thing. And then he also does Destination RVA for us. And he has a producer on our show for Destination RVA that goes around to literally, I just show up. I have the concept. He shoots. We do all this video. If it's a listing video, we're in and out in 30 minutes.
Right.
That's
amazing.
It is. Well, the photo videos take longer, but.
Sure. Well, what's the cost on something like that?
So the walkthrough videos are $150, and
seriously,
$150. And that's not just for me. I get some special pricing on the branding videos, because when I do a video, they inevitably get more business. So that's a different monster. Those can be, 1,000 or whatever, but they're evergreen. They're going to last forever. But the listing videos are $150. And I will tell you, going into a listing appointment now and showing them those videos, and that's the best $150 I've spent on a listing, hands down.
So what's your batting average for listings? If you go into a listing appointment, how many do you think you sign?
We sign most of them. The one thing I'm kind of picky about, though, is I turn down a lot. Like, I won't overprice a house either, because I put so much money into marketing. I won't take something that they're not going to listen and sell. So we get most of the ones that we want. Of course, every now and then we'll lose one just because we won't take the price. We'll say, I lost one the other day. There was no way I was listing it for more than $350. They wanted $375. I'm happy to lose that, because that's not going to sell.
I love it.
It does really, but I will tell you, the last listing appointment I went on to, he was interviewing agents, and I said, Okay, but I just want to tell you one thing. Nobody's going to market like I do. May I show you a video? And he says, sure. Get 30 seconds into the video, and he slams his hand down, and he's like, will you excuse us a minute? I thought he was mad. He went out to the hallway, and he came back, and he's like, you're hired. The video did it.
Oh my gosh.
So it's proof right there.
Do you have people just calling you and say, hey, Shannon, I want you to come list my house?
Yeah, we have a few of those. We just took one of those. It just went on for $560. So it's a really great listing. I have another one next week where we're just signing the paperwork. So that's really nice too.
So tell us a little bit about your business, how your team's made up, what your production's like.
Sure. So it was myself until last year. And then I brought on a buyer agent because I do everything a little backwards. And then but from myself, I sold 8 million, and then bringing on the buyer agent last year, when we also added video, we went to 12 million. So we raised it by $4 million. And then I just brought on another buyer agent last month, and I brought on an admin yesterday because I finally took the plunge. It's about leverage. And so I anticipate us to be somewhere around 16 million this year. And we'll just go from there. I don't want a team that's too big. At the end of the day, I like the servicing part of it in terms of I like to know who the other person is on the other side. So I envision us selling about 75 units. That's kind of where I'm thinking I like this.
And you're comfortable. That's what success looks like to you. And honestly, I would say everyone in our audience would agree. That's amazing.
Yeah, because that's 25 each, and that's a really nice living.
Yeah, yeah. So you're gonna obviously your buyer's agents get a little portion, and I guess is it like a traditional setup where do you just take a portion of what they generate and you give them business?
Yeah, we have different splits. So it just depends on who brought in the lead or what have you. But it's your typical 50-50 because I spend a lot of money on leads and I get a lot of leads. So there's that. And I just recently allowed them to start taking some listings, which has been an interesting thing to do. But I'm starting to like that a lot. And that's the same thing. They'll get a 50-50 split on that. My listings I keep at 100% because I'm running the business.
Of course.
So, which there's a lot of cost to that. But yeah, it's pretty.
So on those listings, do you go ahead and pay for the video and like they star in the video, or how do you do that?
So mine, I star it and I pay for it. It just depends on the listing. They're not real comfortable in front of the camera. So I will be in their videos. I will do it with them if they want, or I will do it because I think it's important to keep the consistency of the brand. Yeah. And people recognize my face now. So I think that's important. As for who pays for it, it depends on the listing, and who brought it on. But when it's mine, 100% on me.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to pry, but I think a lot of the ladies in our group have teams, and it's really interesting to hear, I always tell my clients, you can make a team work however you want it to work. It's whatever you guys all agree on. And I know me in particular, any lead that comes in, I just kind of look at it like that belongs to the team, and so that helps me with longevity and growing, and we take care of it. And then obviously they're the agent, the buyer agent, they're responsible for showing them the houses, but at the same time, it's still Jessica Hensley on all of it. So that's just how I do it. Like you said, consistency.
There's lots of different ways to figure that out. And at the end of the day, I probably give more to mine than a lot of teams. But I enjoy it. I enjoy my team members like family. Like it's a different kind of environment and they want to stay and they're happy. So you just have to find what works for you.
Yeah. Okay, so you do your listing videos, and we were kind of talking on the page earlier, like what your favorite one was. I told you mine was your Little Red Riding Hood video, and you guys seriously go check out her page. You'll want to watch these. And then the Goldilocks one, I thought that was really cute, where you're like, oh, that's too small, and you have this cute little face, and then that's too big, and then you zoom into the one that's just right.
So what's interesting about those videos is it doesn't take much thought or much energy to produce it. Literally the Goldilocks one, that's the one where I really started to do some little acting in there. Yeah. And I said, well, let's just try this. And literally that took 10 minutes. He just followed me from house to house and there were no props needed. Now I've gotten into props and I've done one where I dressed up as Princess Leia. Yeah. I had my little R2-D2. My next one, it's going to take some props. I'll share with y'all what I'm going to do. I don't normally tell anybody. I like to be a surprise. The next one I think we're going to do, we're saving it for a house at the end of March. We're going to do more between that. This one I'm excited about. We're going to do Stranger Things season 3 before season 3 comes out. And, you know, we're going to have a couple kids riding through the woods because it's a very wooded area. And I'm going to be Winona Ryder. And I'm going to have little Will next to me. And we're going to talk about needing a house that doesn't have any demigorgons in it. And so that's what we're going to do. And it's funny. You have to be able to make fun of yourself because they're very cheesy. But that's what's funny about them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what's attracting people to it. And not everybody could do it or would feel comfortable doing it. But I love it. It makes you really relatable, you know. And just a little plug, as far as the Stranger Things, she has this really cool picture of her family on her Facebook page, on her personal one. It's like her banner. It's really neat. That was such a great idea.
Well, and you know, it's funny. I got so many reactions on that picture, almost 300, which is funny because remember, you can have, like, I have like 2,000 friends, but because the way the algorithm is, not everybody's going to be served it. So to get 300, like, was really great on that picture. If you can find something from pop culture and make something funny or a video or a photo, that's going to help you because that's why I wanted to do the Stranger Things, because people are still talking about it. Yeah.
Have you ever had something go viral?
So the one that you posted, the tale of two sellers, where we talked about FSBO, that we got, I think, 25,000 views. So I don't know if I consider it viral, but for me, you know, I've been asking people, what does viral mean? Some people tell me over 10,000 views. To me, that's like 100,000 or more. I don't know. But for real estate video, like, I was pretty happy with that one.
That's pretty good. I posted it in my inner circle and just trying to promote our video today with our interview with you. I really wanted them to watch because this is going to play into exactly what they're doing in our social challenge. But one of the ladies said, "Oh my gosh, I've seen this." She said you were famous.
That's funny. My husband likes to say that I am. I laugh about it, but it's been a real. It's made my job fun again too, to do these things. You know, I was getting bored with the same old. Okay, let's go meet the photographer. Let's put the sign in the ground. Now I show up and we're like, yeah, we're going to do a video and this is going to be great. And, you know, you get people to talk about it and interact. And the other one that you posted, we didn't even do anything special on that one. I just got in front of the camera, the very first one you posted today. And I just talked.
Which is a listing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't do anything with that one for a couple reasons. But one big thing is you don't have to do something spectacular every time because it's hard to top that. So I'd like to mix in a regular little video, but I'm still on there. I'm still animated. They see my face. They get to talk with me. But I really like the ones. I'm also going to do a Seinfeld one where I'm Elaine and Jerry's wearing the puffy shirt. And I'm going to be like, get out. It's only that price. So it only takes a few minutes to come up with some concepts.
Well, if you guys have any ideas for her, you might comment below and maybe she'll incorporate it in other videos.
I would love that.
Okay, so you do your listing videos. Obviously, that's kind of how it all began, probably. Or, I don't know, was it Wind Down Wednesdays that began everything?
So I did a branding video is what did it. We started with the branding video, and we that's where my videographers really, they were like, Shannon, you're kind of fun. Can we try to switch this around? Because I was going to do this boring, hey, I'm Shannon, and I'm so great because. And then it occurred to me, nobody gives a crap about me, right? Like nobody cares about you as the agent. They only care about themselves. So we started to flip the switch on and reverse engineer everything. Okay, what is important to the consumer? So we started with the branding videos. And then we started Wind Down Wednesday, which was my Facebook Live show. And that was really where I just sat and I had a glass of wine with friends just like this. And we would interact. I'd play fun games in it. And I would pepper real estate in. Like I might have mentioned it once or it might have been questions in the game, but that was it. Very first time I did one, I took a listing that night. Like that, they sent me a message as soon as I got off. They're like, hey, we're thinking about selling our house. Can you come over? I went over the next day. We'd listed the house because that friend probably forgot that I was a real estate agent and that jogged her memory. And that's what I'm getting a lot of right now. And you know what else I'm getting a lot of? I get a lot of referrals from realtors who are like, oh, Shannon's Richmond. And I don't even have to say it. They remember because of the videos.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm actually reading Millionaire Real Estate Agent right now. I'm doing a book a week, and I'm ashamed to say I haven't read it before. I just never buckled down to read it. But one of the things he talks about in there is that, like, the brain space that we have, as people, is to hold like seven brands. And he said, if you can be like one or two of the top real estate agents that comes to mind when they think real estate, you're going to get so much business. So I think what you're doing is basically being top of mind.
Totally agree. And Wind Down Wednesday was fun. I was telling you a little bit before we came on. I simply stopped because it started to freak me out a little bit. I wasn't used to people recognizing me when I was outside. But now I'm used to it. But I did Destination RVA now to replace that because it's a little more structured, a little more professional, even though we have a lot of fun. Like the one that's coming out tomorrow, we're jumping, and I mean it's crazy. But it's just a little. Bless you. Bless you. It's just a little more professional, and I'm not drinking all the time, and my liver needed a break. So,
well, do you have any tips for someone just getting started? Something you wish you would have known in the beginning?
well, one, just do it. I think it's better to put out something that's not, I don't want to say bad, but it's better to do something than not do something, because nobody else is probably doing it in your area, because everybody's afraid. Everybody has that same fear of the camera. Mm-hmm. The way I got used to the camera was Snapchat, because I could record myself and I didn't have to post it to anybody. Right. And so just start, and then whatever idea you have, if it doesn't work, that's fine. Try it and pivot. So Wind Down Wednesday worked great for me for a while, and then I started to see the slowdown, and then I pivoted, and now I found something that works even better. So just start is really what I would have done had I started in 2011, by the way. I started doing video, and I put it on hold because I felt self-conscious and I thought nobody cares. But here's the truth. Nobody does care until they need you. And then when they need you, you're there with the information, and then they're going to love you for giving them that information.
Yes, absolutely. And I always tell the ladies that we coach, perfection is your enemy a lot of times, because we always just worry about, well, I just want it to be just right, and I want to plan, and then we don't take action. So, but yours looks so professional. So would you, as far as like tips for that, would you say just make sure to hire a videographer, or where do they even start with that?
So it depends on your brain space, like how much space you can take. I knew I needed to do it, but I knew that I know I'm bad at editing. I know I'm bad at like putting all that, and I don't have the time. Right. So for me, I leveraged and I hired the video crew, because I show up, it takes about 30 minutes and we're in and out, and matter of fact, for Destination RVA, they even post it for me on Facebook. I just have to go in and add like the write-up. Awesome. That to me that made my life easier. So I knew that this was a necessary evil. I knew I had to do the video, but I didn't have the time. So I just leveraged it out. If you are a newer agent and you have the time, so back in 2011, I was one of the first bloggers. I mean, I blogged ridiculous. I went from selling 3 houses to 30 in a year because of blogging. Okay. What's a blog for those who don't know? Blog is where you write an article and you write an article. There's different things to talk about, and you post it and people find it because they're looking for information, right? This is the information age. People are on there looking, they're Googling everything. So if somebody Googled homes for sale with 5 bedrooms in Midlothian, I probably wrote an article on it. So I started blogging because I had 3 sales. I had nothing else to do. So if you're just starting and like you have 2, 3, 5 sales and your day isn't full of, transaction stuff, which I have to do right now, then you can do videos on your own. You can get a gimbal. This is not a gimbal, but it's one of those things that you hold and you put your phone. It's a stabilizer. Okay. And you can go around videotaping yourself. If you don't have that, I don't even have that. This is my daughter's GoPro. My 11-year-old has a recording set up, but I just take my cell phone and I just go around and I document my day. If you're going to get started today, I would say get on Instagram stories, document your day. People will show up and find the video when they need you. I believe in action begets energy, and energy gets you business. And so just start documenting your day. Start with Instagram stories. Then you can work your way up to listing videos and production videos. But it's just, you got to start.
I love it. Yeah, that's totally true. And one thing I found on mine on Instagram is it automatically posts to Facebook stories. So,
Yeah.
I can knock two birds out with one stone essentially. So I love Instagram stories. Has it replaced Snapchat for you?
What's that?
Has Instagram stories replaced Snapchat for you?
It should, but I'm obsessed with Snapchat because it's where my heart is. I know there's more engagement on Instagram. I am really trying hard to be on Instagram right now. But my inclination is always to go to Snap. I am trying to switch that because you are going to get more engagement over on on Insta.
Okay.
But Facebook Live is my jam right now. That is twice a week, every week. I'm consistent with it because you are subconsciously teaching people how you are going to show up for them. So if you tell them you're going to go live every Tuesday and every Thursday, if you don't do it, you're teaching them that you don't keep your promises. So that's kind of my jam. I'm going to go on live after this. I'm going to talk about buyer tips today.
Tell us more about that because part of our social challenges, our girls are supposed to go live twice a week. So it sounds like you're doing your listing videos, you're doing RVA Destination. Is that every week, RVA Destination?
So Destination RVA is every Wednesday that comes out, and I put that on the Destination RVA page.
You have a whole separate page for that. Okay.
Yeah, but then I share it to my business page. So it's it doesn't always, so it's self-promoting, but it doesn't look like I'm self-promoting because it's getting shared from another page to my page. So that's every Wednesday. Every Tuesday I go live on my business page, which is RVA Home Team. And Tuesdays I talk about buyers. Thursdays I talk about sellers. So right now what I'm doing is I'm in the process of, I have a home buyer packet guide and I have a seller guide. It's about a 16-page ebook, both of them that I wrote. I'm dissecting those on each one. So last Tuesday I talked about maybe the steps 3, 4, 5 in buying a home. Today I'm going to do 6, 7, 8, or whatever it is. I have to go check where I'm at. I'm dissecting that. And then on sellers on Tuesday, I'm dissecting my guide. When I'm through with that, I'm going to go through contracts. Now, that doesn't sound big and sexy, but I'm going to pull things out of the contracts, things that were problems in your transactions that people would like to know about. You don't have to talk about your transaction, but if you find the problem, you're going to answer and be the solution for somebody out there that's actually going through that. So I'm going to be doing that. Like I'll probably talk about appraisals. I'll talk about what conveys and what doesn't. I'll probably make a game out of that, you know.
Oh, good idea.
Stay or does that not stay? And that sort of thing. So it's just really finding a problem of somebody's and solving it. Because when you can do that, you are then the authority on all things real estate for people.
So our tech topic this month is bots. Have you ever used bots in your Facebook pages?
I've tried it in the Messenger. I'm not all that up on it yet. I'm trying. Again, it goes down to your brain, like how much brain space you have.
I have an idea for you. What? So could you, on your, buyer Tuesday, seller Thursday, could you say, if you would like a copy of this guide, comment something, and then you can send it to them?
I do that, and I've sent out a ton. And here's the truth. I've sent it out to agents. There have been a lot of agents that have asked for it, as long as you're not local, because it is competitive proprietary information. Sure. I've sent them copies because they're having a hard time getting started. So we absolutely, it's always a call to action at the end of the video. By the way, if you want this, I've also running a Facebook ad to do that as well, so consumers can get to that. I've also done a Google ad for the exact same thing, but it's really important to do that. The Messenger bot, I'll tell you who's great at that is Dustin Brome. He's got he's got a new podcast called Massive Agent Podcast, and he just did an episode on bots. So if anybody's really trying to get into that, he's a little more technical. I'm more of like, I implement a lot. He's more technical. He really understands the stuff behind it. I'm trying to still figure out bots a little bit.
Yeah. Well, our expert is Kristen Westerman. She was on our show a couple weeks ago, I think. Actually, I think you guys swapped. She was supposed to be on today.
Yeah.
and anyway, but that's okay. So yeah, awesome. Okay, so you do 2 lives a week. So that's some great ideas for you ladies in the inner circle. 1 on buyer, 1 on seller, and you just set it and forget it kind of thing. You have a date to keep, and it's important to be true to your audience, right? And be consistent. So I love that tip.
Yes, and the other tip is I always put on my personal page, hey, I'm about to go live in 5 minutes on my business page, and I tag my business page. Come join me. You know, I get maybe, sometimes I only get 2 or 3 viewers. Okay. People would be like, oh, that sucks. I'm not going to do it for that. You know, that's nobody watching. It's not about who's watching in that moment. It's about
Right.
the long-term views. And
Right.
I'm getting about 500, 600, and I'm starting to get people sending me message. I just made a referral to Pennsylvania, and I just got a referral fee because somebody saw that and they were like, hey, I know you're not my state, but can you answer this? I'm like, you know what? I can't, but here's a great agent, and I connected them.
That's awesome. Yeah, we do coffee chats every Friday, and we highlight a local business. I know we were just talking about that off camera about trying to make that even more professional. But our videos typically get around 3,000.
Awesome.
Now, and I'm not sure if that's reach or actual views, but I think within a week.
Yeah. Our destination RVA organically can get anywhere between, I'd say we average 2,500 to 5,000, somewhere in there. Every now and again, we might boost one and it'll go up to 10,000, but I don't want to spend that much money because it's organic. Can I give everybody a tip for your people right now? They're in your challenge.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is coming up. Go pick, hey, 5 places to treat your honey to, or something like that. Come up with something. Go do a live right there, or do a video and post it. The business is going to love you for promoting them. It's free advertising, and it will help some of those guys out there, and they won't forget you. And the women are going to love you because you're reminding people, hey, maybe you want to do a massage place or a nail place or a clothing store. So something like that, the top 5 Valentine's gifts in X area, Richmond.
I love it. That's awesome. We did, so last week our person canceled that we were going to go live with because she was sick. And so Mallory and I just sat down, and we used Be Live for it this time because we were in our office, and we did that. We gave, we went through kind of a whole agenda with it, and then talked about like pre-shopping, like maybe for your outfit and where to go on your date and what to do. So, and this week we're going to go live at a florist. So I think that's such a great idea, be relevant to what's going on right now.
For sure.
And I had another question for you. Sure. Oh, the big debate. And I sounds like you've settled it, but go live on your personal page or your business page, and why?
So I used to be all about going on my personal page because that's where I had most of my reach. And then Facebook changed the algorithm on things. And if you people aren't going to see your Facebook, your business page anymore unless they put see first, because, Mark came out and he was like, this has become too businessy, all these ads, I'm tired of it. And I saw an immediate change. So the one thing that I've noticed though is going live on my business page all of a sudden is making my engagement more on my business page. They have been pushing that live for years now, since it came out like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Listen, Facebook doesn't take out ads for things, right? Yet when I was in San Francisco, you see, the billboard or the side of the bus, whatever it was, saying go live. That's because they really want you to go live. So if they're pushing that, if you use that, they're going to up your reach. They're going to show you to more people. So I now go on my business page so that I get shown to more people. On my personal page, I've done something quite great. I don't know if you guys use Facebook lists, but I now have every friend in a list. And now I go straight to feeds, and I go just to my A's or just to my B's, or I'll go just to agents, because now if I want to go live, I can just post just to them. I do some lives in my private Facebook group too. I have an MVP group for past clients. I will go live in there too. So do it on your business page. Do it on your business page. I still think you need to do some stuff on your personal, but I would really do it on that business page to get the engagement up so that they're going to serve your information to more people.
Yeah, and you could even, with the whole creative toolkit, have you explored that at all?
I haven't.
Okay, so it's a new tool, and you have to use it on your phone, which kind of, to me, sucks because it has to be this portrait view. So you have to, I don't know how to do a video portrait view. Like they're all going to be landscape. So I still need to figure that out. But what I'm thinking is I could create a video intro to my Facebook Live on my business page. And then part of the intro could be like, and if you want to see this, or maybe at the end, you know, show them like a screenshot, or, you know, you can record your screen now and go to where it shows see first, you know, kind of like explaining at the very end. 2-second clip.
What app did you call it?
It's like Creative Live Toolkit. It's a Facebook app.
Yeah, the creator. So my friends have been using it. Again, I haven't had enough brain space. The other cool app that Chelsea Pikes talked about was Into Live. Have you seen that?
Into Live, I'm writing this down.
Yeah, Into Live, it's where you can take a still photo of yourself, and then it's hard to explain, but then you can create a video behind it. So then when you post it to Facebook, it's a still image, but if you put a little circle, you know, you add some text, push here, like hold down, it will play the video.
Okay, Melanie talked about that last year in our group, and I didn't realize what one she used. So that's really neat too.
I think it's not being utilized really at all, and I think it could be really great for real estate because you can put that image on there, and they're gonna want to press on it. At least now, right? If you're first to market. When it gets cool, you know, it'll go away eventually. But yeah, I think people will be curious and they'll push it down.
Yeah, I'm going to have to research that and start using it. There's so many cool tools and it's hard to know, you know, what do I use? I mean, obviously I have to prioritize, you know, we just don't have enough time to do everything. But anyway, I love trying new things.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, well, I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for spending time with us. I appreciate you and all of your awesome wisdom and for sharing these tips with essentially, you know, competitors in some ways. You know, we're all real estate agents.
Hey, listen, if I can help anyone, feel free to message me. I'm always willing to share. You can find my Facebook page, RVA Home Team. That's what I am on most things. Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. Like you'll find me on, I don't do Twitter though. I don't get it. But you can find me there, or you can find me on my personal page. Just send me a message and I'm happy to help you any way I can.
Okay, yep. If you guys have referrals for Richmond, Virginia, she's your gal, obviously. So, all right. Well, thank you so much. Everyone have an awesome day.
Thanks for having me.